Just making sure everything's right. I've been playing around with the setup while I've been off, and I'm not sure everything's right at the minute. Hopefully you can hear me talking. Just having a listen back on my phone. It's a bit of a delay. Sounds like echoing as well. So I've made 2 rigs up now, and I've got some new kit for this, and some new kit for the other camera, which I've made into like a cinema camera. I've not got that with me tonight, but so I weren't sure if they're going to be going out, but a whole load just went out just as I got here as normal. But I reckon this sounds like a whole load of startups. So. No, I don't know what that noise is coming through. I can hear a weird noise, but I'm not sure what it is. There's obviously there's planes sort of sitting over there in the distance, and there's lots of sound like F-15 started up just now. But I'm just listening back. It is sounding a bit. I don't know why. I haven't changed any of the volume settings on the setup, but something seems a bit strange. So we'll work through that one as we go. I'm just trying to change a few things here. Hopefully that will sort itself out as we go along. But it's a beautiful sunset. Yeah. Until about 8. Both going out. They've just gone out. Someone's gone out. Someone's gone out. Look at that for a sky then, guys and girls. It's looking pretty cool. Just bear with me because I'm using a new remote for the camera, and it keeps going the wrong way to what I think it's going, so I've got to get used to that as well. But the sky's pretty nice over there. Yeah, it might be. I've got another mic on my earphones, and it might be picking up me as well. I'm not sure if it is or not. I'll take that one off because that's right by my mouth. So if that might be picking up sort of 2 mics. And the other one is a bit close, so. Right, so the back situation, I can see someone's asking me. Basically, what I had done didn't really fix me. I feel better. My back's not as painful, but I've still got like a numb leg, which is the problem with the S1 disc that I've got squashed apparently. So it makes you, it sits on the nerves and gives you like pins and needles type feeling, but sometimes I can't actually feel my foot. So when you put your foot on the floor, you sometimes like not fall over, but I've like stumbled a couple of times because you can't really feel your foot on the floor. It's a bit of a weird situation, but it's come the 35s over the top. But as for the pain on my back, I still have pain in there, but it does feel better than it was. So in a good few weeks not doing too much has definitely helped. So yeah, it still hurts when I'm walking, but just standing up's not too bad at all now. So that's, yeah, definitely an improvement, but it looks like I'm going to have surgery. They told me that I might have to have metal like plate things put around my discs to hold them in place, and they're going to shave them down, but it sounds a bit weird. But if that's what I have to have, then I have to have that. But we'll see how it goes. It's early days still. It's only been a few weeks, so they told me that I should know after a week. But like I said, I know that hasn't fully sort of sorted me out, but it's definitely on the better side than I was anyway. Yes, not. I mean, that was just injections into my spine. That sounds quite harsh. It wasn't too bad. It did feel funny. Like the next day, a couple of days, it didn't feel very good. But yeah, I've just been like resting up and trying to sort of like keep myself sort of steady and not do too much. I've been over here a couple of times and just done a few recordings and stuff. And obviously, I went and saw Fat Albert, so that was quite good to see. But yeah, I haven't really pushed myself, so tonight's the first night back. It's probably going to be Gremlins, as like there always is, but at the moment it looks alright. So I say hi to everybody that's saying hi. It's good to see you all again. I think you might be hearing the stream twice because I was just listening to the phone and I forgot to turn it down. So there's definitely a lot of action. There's a few F-35s went out, a few came back in. I saw some F-15s coming in just as I was arriving here as well. So there's been a few, and then there's definitely a lot of activity over there. So hopefully we get a few good ones tonight. Yeah, and they're flying around behind me as well, so I've completely rebuilt the rig, so it's going to take me a bit of getting used to again. I've got my streamer box sort of like strapped onto the back of the camera now. Took a bit of balancing and getting all sorted, but at least now I can see a little bit more of the chat. There was people walking past talking, but I think you might have been hearing my phone as well, because I was still playing in the background, so you might have been hearing that, and you might have been hearing yeah, there's a few people walking around at the moment and asking if anything was flying and stuff. So we're on Starlink. Starlink doesn't seem to be as good tonight as it has been, so it's been I've always had really good signal here, but I mean I've got good signal, but it's not as fast as it normally is, so whether there's a lot of people on the base with it at the moment, but I've got a new bracket that I've got to put on so I can turn it to where it should actually be, but it shouldn't be far out, but it's definitely not as fast as it has been. But I haven't seen any blips on the screen yet, so hopefully it stays good. Yeah, I've got thermal trousers, I've got a massive coat, I've got a thermal hat and some thermal gloves. But I don't know about the gloves because although they're touchscreen ones, it's so difficult to control your camera, your phones and everything else with a pair of gloves on. But if it gets that cold I might have to, but shouldn't have to do too much more now. Well, thank you, Yvonne, that's really appreciated, that is excellent, thank you very much. Yeah, it is a little bit cold, but it's not too bad. It's there's no wind, so that's the main thing. Because when it gets windy here, you really feel the cold. My hands ain't too bad at the minute, but like I said, I've got some gloves if I need them, but I try not to wear them if I can help it. But I'll tell you what, when I recorded Fat Albert, that's probably the coldest day I can ever remember recording. Even though it weren't really particularly cold that day, I was absolutely freezing. My hands were killing me. I got in the van and put them on the hot air, which is probably the worst thing you can do. I felt like they were going to fall off my fingers. They were so cold that day. So the stream is a little tiny bit behind. So well, you guys won't know, but I can see the difference in the stream is a little bit. It's probably about, I would say it's about 30 seconds behind. It's not been too bad here. We had that wind a couple of days ago, which was quite bad. I don't know if the whole country got that, but it was our garden. I'd put up all Christmas lights and they all went flying over the fence, so that weren't great. But it sounds like we've got something coming down here now. And I have got another tripod, which I've got this on now, and it's got rubber feet, and it's supposed to make it so it like gets the shocks up, but I've actually found it to be worse. So just let me know if it is shaking, and I'll have to go back to the old tripod, because when I was recording Fat Albert, I kept noticing that there was like loads of little jittery sort of like jumps, and whatever I did I couldn't stop it. But hopefully it's not too bad. You shouldn't see it too much at night anyway. It's just in the daytime I think you're really gonna see it, but I'm gonna probably end up going back to the old tripod legs. Well done, Sally. 5 months now. There's quite a few of you who have got the 5 months now. It's been that long now since we started streaming again. What up, Mark? Jonathan, Sally, Alan, Kath, another Mark. Who else we got in here? Chris. There's 57 of you at the minute. Let's see if we can get that up. Make sure we hit the like button. Oh, here they come, look. Here they come. Yeah, I've definitely got to swap this remote round, because I keep going the wrong way with the remote when I'm trying to zoom in or zooming out. But we'll sort that. I'll probably just get used to it. I think you can adjust that in the settings so you can turn it the other way around, but the camera's in automatic at the moment, so I'm probably going to have to change it over to manual in a little while, because it's probably going to have a fit and won't be able to see nothing. So we'll deal with that in a minute, but hopefully they go out quick, because there's a beautiful sunset over there. I've noticed quite a few changes to YouTube just recently. They seem to do like tiny little updates, and then they'll do a whole load of updates, and it breaks everything. I mean, even for my side of things, I've noticed quite a few different sort of in the settings. There's so much different things. Right, while we're waiting for them, I'm just going to put it into manual, so the screen might either go really dark or really bright. We'll just see if I can do it. Get a bit more. There you go. It's gone a bit dark. Let's see if I can get these to stand out a bit more, because the camera don't like to go too high with any of the settings when it's in manual. So we'll just see if I can sort it out a little bit manually. see a bit of ghosting as well, so I'm just trying to sort it all out. Yeah, it's definitely ghosting. Take a bit to set up at night time, and like I said, I've been filming odd bits during the day, so just getting that all back to the night time again. Right. Well, I think this is what we need to do at the moment. Might be a bit darker than it was, but once I go in that sunlight, it'll be a bit better. Oh, we've got incoming now as well. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the sound. I think that's the internet dropping and slightly down and then coming back again. Yeah, I think I've got it sorted now. Hopefully that sounds alright now. I've just turned the mics a little bit the other way around, so the plane's mic is a bit louder and mine's a bit lower. Where's he going? He's had enough. It's broken. Something just gone out of Mildenhall as well. F-35's playing around behind me somewhere. There's a few more coming down, but he's broke down, I think, that guy, and gone off somewhere. I can hear him. I can hear some behind me. The ones that went out a little while ago. see my wife has joined the stream. I don't know if anybody else can see her. I could see her, but now I can't see her again. Yeah, no, I can't see her again. What's going on there?
can hear more over there.
it's pretty cool at night. Hands are getting cold now. I need to put my gloves on. I think there's something coming in behind as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think the other ones are coming back. I think I've got more coming down now. Sound like it. Yeah, you're gonna have to excuse this zooming in and out because I keep going the wrong way because I'm used to going one way and not the other, but I think I can program this thing different, so I'll have to do that because it's really awkward. You missed a little bit, Steve, and welcome. There's more coming, I think. There's more coming down, and there's more coming in. You can see lights keep going around the back of me, so. Oh dear me. Yeah, another one coming in, and there's some coming down. Maybe this is the broke one being fixed. He's coming in. They might look a little bit darker now because I've turned the brightness of the camera down so it shows them in the sky a bit more, but there's more coming in. Oof. 2 weeks off, I forgot how to use the camera. Another one going back up the top again. And these two are going out. More coming down. A few more coming down. Lots and lots coming down by the looks of it. Yeah, do as much as I can. Busy tomorrow, so then Friday morning's probably not. I don't know what's for. I can't do Friday either. So I wanted to do yesterday, but I knew Chris was streaming as well. And I had stuff I was doing at home as well. So we wanted to put a new flooring down and paint our living room, not a living room, sorry, dining room. So we painted that and put a new floor in that yesterday, so that's all done now. We've got a few more rooms we're going to do, but so I wanted to get out today. I thought I was going to do during the day, and then but it's just easier at night for me, so here we are. Yeah, definitely feel a bit rusty, but we'll get back to it. Yeah, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I don't always see everybody like talking in the chat because I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. Well, I'm trying to anyway. Trying to concentrate on what I do. It's dark up on here and there's wires, so I have to like get out of the way of them, and yeah, there's lots of things going on around me and stuff. So I'm always looking around to see if there's planes up in the sky, and there's something else going on down the other end. I don't know what's going on down there, but there's a light coming up the runway. I can't make out what it is. But anyway, yeah, so if I don't mention anybody, it's not because I'm ignoring you or anything like that. It's just I don't always see everything that's being said. I leave a lot of it to the mods to sort out and say to people that are new, welcome and that. But yeah, if you're new, welcome. Look, we've got Dave stalking. Dave's stalking at the minute. It's a military aviation. Dave is in control of the chat, so he's going to sort it all out. I hope it's Dave, because it ain't me. You can see more lights coming across the sky. That's Dave. Good evening. Make sure if you do come to Lakenheath, if you ever do venture down to Lakenheath, make sure you go and see Dave at the burger van, get one of his burgers, because they're definitely the best around this area. Dave always likes to tell me that they're definitely better than McDonald's, he said, and I don't disagree with him, to be honest. Yeah, he's learning the ropes. He's my apprentice. I think we've got incoming. I can see something coming down over Brandon, but it's a long way off at the minute, so starting to get cold now. It's good to be back streaming, but I forgot how cold it get up on here. There's definitely something coming in. I'm not sure if that's a plane. It looks like it might possibly be a helicopter coming in from behind me. I don't know. It's at a bit of a strange angle at the minute, so. Yeah, I think Dave's first live's going to be, I'll be here and I'll have my stuff set up. And I'll say, just look after the camera, Dave, and then I'll drive off. Yeah, there's something coming in at a weird, strange angle behind me. Let's have a look and see what's going on here. Oops. Over the top of the trees over in this corner. Yeah, a helicopter with a searchlight. So something's going on over there. That's kind of over the woods, I think, just before you get to Brandon, I would have imagined. That's what it looks like anyway. When I first saw it, I thought it was a plane coming in, and then I could tell that it weren't going on a normal sort of flight path, and then I could see the light coming down from it, so. Hopefully you can see the searchlight on it. I can see it on my monitor, but it's now going off somewhere else. I'm going behind the trees now. Oh, just in time. Come some big carrots. funny because the camera complains of low light, and as soon as the afterburners go on, it says too much light. Two more crept in there, look. Got to find my gloves. I brought them up here, but I can't see them. Even though the moon's nearly full, there's a bit of light out tonight, which is quite good with the moon, but I can see a few more buttons on my camera, which is quite good. Normally you can't see a thing. That helicopter's still behind us, looking around for something. Literally just down the end of the road, but it's at the side I can't quite get it. I don't think I can get it with a camera, but yeah, it's definitely searching for something over there. Put a bit more light on these guys for now, if I can find it. And there it is. I can hear more coming. So I just made it a bit brighter. It might be a bit hazy, because I've really banged up the ISO. I can go up a lot more than that, but we'll keep it like that for now. Hopefully it don't look too bad. I'll put it back down when they go out. Yeah, there's loads of bears in the woods here. There you go. Don't look too bad. It's not too grainy. On your big TVs it might be a little bit grainy, but I'm just looking at it on my phone. It's not too bad. We've got more coming down now as well. You know what I haven't done? I haven't plugged the charger into anything, but I don't think I'll need it tonight. I've got a spare battery, so if the stream goes black, you know the battery's run out, I'll just have to change it over, but I don't think I will have to be honest. The streamer box is still on 100, and the camera's plugged into the main big battery, and I've got a battery in it as well, so we should be alright. I'm actually going to pull the wire to the stream box, because I don't need to charge that anymore, so I'll save the battery for the camera. We should be good. We're probably streaming until about 8 o'clock, because that's probably what time they'll finish, so. It's the air ambulance, is it? It's weird that they've got a searchlight looking for something. You'd think they'd just go and land if it was a air ambulance, but perhaps there's someone hurt in the wood or something, and they're trying to find them or whatever. But yeah, they was definitely searching for somebody. I'm going to get my dead chicken again, like I did last year. Have my mascot. If you'd have been in the live stream last year with all the drones here when I was streaming on that channel, and you'd have heard what was going on down there that night. I know loads of you know, but some people don't. But there was like donkeys down there going absolutely crazy in them woods, and dogs howling and all sorts of stuff when them drones were here. So I never forget that. That's the thing that stands out to me the most, is how the animals and that around here were going crazy, and there was even birds going crazy, and it was dark. So yeah, that was a really weird day, or well, I'd say day. That was a really weird night, or a few nights. It was a big shooting star just came down right over the top of us. That was a massive one. But yeah, that night when I heard all those animals going crazy, that like when everybody says there's bears in the woods here, well, there was definitely something in the woods that night. Snap. Yeah, I knew it was over Brandon Way, but I couldn't tell how close. It looked like it got quite close at one stage to here, and then went back again. Yeah, that's what I should get, Mark. I should get a frozen turkey and put it up on here. So what we got? We've got 3 sitting there. I'm sure there's another one sitting up the top bit as well. And I can hear more as well, but I'm going to make a quick rollie while we're waiting for these guys and warm my hands up a bit, I think. Oh, perhaps not. We're going. It's about right, isn't it? Love how the afterburners make the streams off the wings light up as well. that engine. More coming down. Yeah, I don't know if you'll notice that, but that seemed to take a while to get going, and then it seemed to be a load of sparks, and then a bit more when it went up again. I don't know if it's just... wow, it looked like sparks, but... Yeah, well, so if I have a rollie again, they'll go straight out again. Yeah, that's what I said to my wife earlier. It's quite funny, because I thought I'd left my roller papers, and she said, well, just give up. She wants me to give up, but... Well, cheers, Gary. Yeah, I don't tend to smoke much when I'm streaming, because there's always something going on. So I don't tend to that much. But when you've got a day where there's like a load goes out and you've got ages to wait, then I might smoke. But tonight's been quite constant, isn't it, for the last hour? So it's been quite good. Well, if we do see the Northern Lights, because it is very clear. It's a little hazy, but obviously we've got the moon out, so it does drown a little bit of lights out. But if I do see it, then I'll be able to pick it up with this camera. I'll bang all the settings right up, and we'll see if we can see it. But I remember capturing it last year, because obviously I used to be sort of heavily into astrophotography, so I used to follow it quite a bit, and there's been a lot of sun activity recently, so there's been quite a few, but we rarely get them down here, as far down here as where we are, but there's been a few nice ones in the last couple of years. Yeah, so this is RAF Lakenheath, and that's in Suffolk. The fighter jet place of the UK, really. I mean, American, and I should say there's more here than there is altogether in the UK, I suppose, of RAF. I would have thought. I don't know how many we've actually got, but there's about 50 F-35s here, maybe 52, I think it is. I don't know how many F-15s there are here now, but quite a few. Yeah, the camera's not looking too bad, it's doing alright. It's got the moon to help us out a little bit tonight, but I have got the ISO turned up a fair bit, but I can go a hell of a lot brighter than that. But I think if you don't go too bright, you obviously lose that image quality, and but you can make this thing look like daylight. But I think it's best to, when they go off, definitely get it darker so you see the afterburners better. yeah, I've messed around with mics and mics and mics and mics on this setup. I've got 2 big mics on the front and I've got a wireless mic on the back, and I think, fingers crossed, I've got all the settings right, because it's been a real pain to get the sound right on this camera with this. Well, it's not the camera, it's the streaming box really protests if I put a normal microphone on the back. It just sounds really distorted, but hopefully now we've sort of taken photographs of all the settings, and I think we've finally nailed all the settings. It's just me now getting back into the groove of having a few weeks off, getting back into the groove and remembering how to do the whole thing. And it's so much more difficult at night time than it is at day. So, and I've been using the camera during the day, so all the settings were messed up when I got here, and I was like frantically trying to get it all back to sort of day and night because it was still light. But we got there now. So yeah, I've turned down the rear mic, Jonathan, a little bit, and turned the front ones up a little bit, because before we had the back one turned up a bit more, and I think I was distorting the sound of the planes. When I listen back to it on my recordings, I can kill that one in DaVinci, so then I can hear the proper sound from the front 2. The front 2 mics are really good on this camera, but they are very, very sensitive, so sometimes they're too sensitive for planes. They just get too crazy, so but I don't think it sounds too bad now. I think we've got it just about right now. There's probably a few little things we can, sort of little nitpick things we can change. Something else now coming in to Mildenhall, I think. Something over there. Right, I'm making a rollie. I don't care if they move, I'll come back. Because I know they're going to move. Something else going out of Mildenhall as well, so be good if I could find my gloves as well. I've got some stabilisers for the van to help with the wobble, but they're rubbish, so I'm sending them back to Amazon. They're absolutely rubbish. I tried it today and they make a slightest bit of difference. So when I'm up the top here, if I move even slightly, the van shakes around, and then obviously it puts that onto the to the image. So yeah, sometimes that is a bit of a pain, but I thought of loads of different ways to get the camera sort of more steady up here and get the van more steady. But I've actually bought a single monopole thing now as well, which I've got to weld it together. But it looks so I don't have to use a tripod up here, so I can actually walk the whole way around the top of the van and show you from every angle. So that'll be a lot better. That I can walk right around the whole top without actually falling off it. I'll be able to go in all directions, so that'll be a lot better. But I've just got to weld it all up, so once I've welded that should be good. Unless I've basically got a parking bollard that I can fold down, and I've welded a big metal pole on the top and put some brackets on to hold the camera on, and some displays and stuff. And then once I finish with that, I can just lay it down on the top of the roof. And that's about right. They're going to go again, and I'm halfway through rolling. I'll let them come across the picture. Crisscross. 35's going out then, but I can't hear none started at the moment. A load came in when I first got here. I think a couple went out actually then, if I remember rightly. Yeah, they did. There was a couple went out, so it must be out somewhere. There's more lights in the distance behind me, but quite a few lights in the sky tonight around here. It's actually quite surprising how far away you can actually see when you look up and looking at lights, and you think they're close, but they're absolutely miles away. And you're quite surprised when you look at like flight radar or whatever, and you think, well, it can't be that plane because it's absolutely miles away, but it is that is what you're looking at. Yeah, it's not too bad, this camera at night time. I'm struggling a little bit with my back a bit, but it's not too bad. For some of you guys that are new to the channel, I've had a little bit of back surgery, and my back has been hurting for the best part of the year, and I've had some injections in my back, and that's made it slightly better, but every now and again it gets a bit painful, especially in the cold. It's definitely worse in the cold, but it's not as bad as it was, let's put it that way, but it could be better. It's all gone quiet now. Sounds like there's nothing else started up at the minute, but that's this place to a T, and it's either all noise or nothing. There's some lights down the other end, keep moving around down the bottom, but can't hear nothing actually running at the moment. Yeah, it gets like that where there's nothing going on for a little while, but hopefully it's constant tonight, because it's been constant since I've got here really. It's not been too bad. It is a lot more difficult at night time, but I suppose I've got used to it now, because I've done so many night streams. I think actually sometimes when I was playing around with my camera the other day in the daytime, I was like forgetting what settings to have on in the day. Instead of I had all the night settings, I was thinking that doesn't look right. I haven't got subscriber mode turned on tonight, so if you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know when I do go live, because I don't always know when I'm going to go live, so it's always best to put the notifications on so you know if I do, or if we upload a video. Dave is here most days, so he does capture quite a lot of rare things that you don't normally sort of see, and we've got a lot of things on our channel that you know, are quite rare, so take a look through the videos we had for Albert last week. I don't think there was many videos of that. I think there's a couple of videos out there. There was a few people recording on the day, but most people were taking photographs, so go back and have a look at those videos after the stream. How cool you work on the base, so you get to see lots of stuff on the base then. Yeah, so it's the same sort of thing as I've got, kids. I have got 4 prolapse discs, and when I went in for my surgery, they said to me that they were quite shocked that I was walking around, and I said, well, I'm not exactly enjoying it. It's very painful, and they said the bottom one's quite bad, the S1, which is the one that sits on your nerves that like go down your legs. So that's why my legs keep going, well, my left side keeps going numb, and I can't feel it very much sometimes. But it's not been as bad, but it's definitely not fixed. So they said give it a couple of weeks, see how you get on, and then I've got to call them and see what we do next. They've given me a couple of options. They've said they can burn my nerves, or they can put like plates on my back. I don't really fancy that, to be honest with you, but they said they're about shaving down the discs in my back and then putting like a cage around them so they can't slip out again. But yeah, I don't know if I fancy that one, but that's 6 months without moving, I think. So that I don't like the sound of that. But then I don't like the sound of burning your nerves either, really. But they said I can't have another injection because if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So they won't do that again. So that's the options I've got, or stick with how I am. But I suppose I've sort of managed, but it definitely restricts me from what I can do. I can't walk far. It really hurts if I walk. I really want to take my dogs out for walks and stuff, but I can't do that because it absolutely kills when I do that. So yeah, I can't go far at all. Can't walk very far. So a good job at what I do with streaming. I don't have to go nowhere. I just sit on the top. Yeah, well, hopefully I do. It's been a real pain because early in the year I really wanted to do a lot of streaming, but I just couldn't do it. It was so painful. And I don't even know how I did what I did, or how I've damaged my back. I can't remember doing anything that would like do all that. But they said to me that like you can do it like just reaching over for a cup of coffee or something like that. So that, you can really damage your back. But as I've said before, I used to do heavy vehicle recovery and lift a lot of really heavy things. And I was a heavy vehicle technician, so lifting engine parts, gearbox parts, and things like that, really heavy wheels and stuff like that. It probably didn't do me a lot of good. And then my family, when I grew up, we had a haulage company. And I used to deliver like 20 tonne of potatoes a day and handball them off the lorry and take them to the chip shops and things like that. So yeah, that probably didn't do me a lot of good either. So I suppose, for the youngsters out there, look after your back because you don't get another one. You need to escort me on there, that's what you need to do. So all us folks can get a real close-up view of the planes. That's what we want. I've really wanted to get onto the base and do some recording for the people on the base as well. Like just I want to do some sort of documentary. Me and Dave have talked about it so many times, and I've filmed loads of bits for it. But I want to get some more close-up stuff on the base, and hopefully if we can get an open day or something like that, I can get on and ask if I can do a bit of filming. So that'd be really good to do something like that. But obviously everybody wants to do that sort of stuff, but that'd be good if we could. Yeah, that would be good to do something like that. But yeah, me and Dave have got some plans to do of some things we want to do. I want to do a really early in the morning to get the sunrise coming up over the base, and then I want to do some action during the day and show all the different areas of the base where you can film from, and sort of like going around to different locations and stuff. And then I want to do the sun going down with the planes going into the sunset. That's the sort of thing I'm planning. But it's just having the time to do all that filming on the different days and stuff. But that's the sort of idea I want to do. And to you, I hope you get some pain relief and things. It's really difficult living with pain and things, and I'm actually booked in to go to a pain clinic, but they told me it's going to be a year before. The wait list is a year, which is ridiculous. You know, there's something wrong if you've got to wait a year for pain clinic, and well, I don't know what they can actually do, to be honest with you, but you know, I said yes, I want to do it. But I just got to wait and wait and wait. I think we've got more starves now as well. But yeah, we have to rely on keeping healthy, I suppose, to keep us our bodies good and look after your body, because like I say, you don't get any younger, and as you get older, things definitely don't work as well as they should do they, when you injure yourself. So. Yeah, I want to do that as well, Jonathan. I want to do a stream with Dave down one end of the runway and me up the other end of the runway, streaming off this box, because I've got the Starlink on here, but I've also got the router, which is powered by, you can power it with 12 volt. So I can give him, or I can go down the other end, whichever way. We can both be one end and at the other, and get them taken off and then get them coming towards us. So I think that'd be really good. It's just having that time again to when Dave's actually not working, and I can get up here as well. That'd be something really good to do. And like I said, I can invite other streamers to the stream as well, so that's something else I was thinking about doing with possibly Chris or someone like that, so we can get a couple of us doing it. So I've got a this camera is a Sony NX800. It's quite a new camera. I think there's an equivalent one with, it's got two SDI ports that come out of it, which I didn't bother to get that one because it was like £1,000 more for two SDI ports, which I don't even use anyway. So I think that's called the Z200. I think they've now brought out a Z300 now, but it's got three different coloured sensors, but it hasn't got the zoom that it's just got, and this is good at night time anyway. So yeah, I'm happy with this, and I've also got a Lumix S5 Mark IIX, which I've just turned into a cine camera with a follow focus and everything. So I will do a stream again with two cameras, so I can put one camera one way and one the other way, or keep one on the base and one in the air or whatever. So it's just a lot of setting up to do the two cameras, and I obviously have to have it all plugged into the power because I can't run all those batteries. They go dead before the end of the stream. So, but we're good tonight. I got loads of battery power tonight. So, but I ain't got nothing plugged into the mains tonight at all. So, but with two cameras, it takes a lot more setting up and a lot more power and stuff. So I end up having to have extension leads up here and all sorts, and I don't want to trip over them. Oh, you had spinal injections as well. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you're handling them 100 kg bags and stuff. I used to lift, when I was doing the potatoes, I used to have, because they're 25 kilos, I used to have 2 on each shoulders, and then I used to sometimes carry one in one of my hands and that, and that's what messed you up, because you're putting all that weight on the top of your shoulders, on your back, and that don't do you no good whatsoever. But there's a load more starting up. Whether the engine tests now or not, I don't know, but there's a lot of start-ups. I think I can hear 35s coming down here as well. Yeah, there is. I think I said 35s coming down now. Yeah, I'm getting close to the pain management now though, because it's been since, I think it was February. I think it was February actually, not January. I think it was February when I first started to get pains on my back. So I went to the doctors and they gave me some tablets and stuff like that, and they didn't do nothing. And then it slowly got worse and worse and worse. And about sort of May time, when I was like coming back up here, I just could not stream because I couldn't even hold the camera for long enough. That's when I was like just doing a lot of handheld stuff, and I just couldn't even hold the camera. So it was just putting too much pain in my back. So I had to take a little bit of a rest from streaming, and then when we come back to it, it's not been too bad sort of standing up here, but every now and again I have to like stand on one foot because I have to take the pressure off that leg. But I've sort of slowly got used to doing that now. It's sort of a routine of like hopping sometimes. So if you see the camera shaking sometimes, it's me hopping around. Yeah, the R6 Mark II is good. I had an R6 and I had an R5 Mark 1, and I just couldn't get on with that camera. I don't know what it was about that camera. That chewed through batteries like I don't know what, and I don't know. I just did not like that camera, and I thought about getting the Mark II, but I've always liked Panasonic. I had several Panasonic cameras and camcorders. I had an X2, which was a really good camera until that flew out the side of the van, smashed last year. So yeah, that weren't good. But yeah, I did like the Panasonic cameras. Dave's got a S1 Mark II, which he films with, but he also uses a small camcorder. I can't remember the model of that. That's a Panasonic. So we've got a lot of cameras between us that we can do, and we was talking the other day about setting all 4 cameras up somewhere, like up a whole beach or something, and getting all the action from like 4 different aspects, and then making a video out of that. That's something else we've been talking about doing. So we can have all 4 cameras from quite a while away from each other, so you've got 4 different views of stuff. Yeah, thanks kids, thanks for coming in. Get your tea. We'll be here for a little while longer. I should imagine they'll be here until about 8 o'clock, I should imagine. Yeah, I think there's some on the way back, and there's some now coming down. There's definitely 35s coming down, and I can hear more F-15s starting up. They do tend to do a lot of engine tests here as well, so don't forget that. There's another one now starting, so yeah, there's several starting. So I should imagine they're going to come down here again. Can't see nothing on the way in yet, but sounds like a lot coming this way. reckon it's going to get busy because these guys are going to be going out and the other ones are going to be coming in. So I'll be all over the place. No, I should have made it. I half made one, and then they started coming and then moving again. So I think it's blown away. It's definitely quite cold tonight. Although it's only probably about 5 degrees maybe. I don't know if it might be a bit lower than that, but it feels flipping cold. So we'll just light the runway up a little bit, I think, and we'll have a quick look around, see what's going on over there. We'll have a bit of daylight. Obviously when something moves it goes all blurry, but this camera is amazing at night time. Can you see the? Can you see how the things are streaking in the sky behind? This, I think there's something now coming down. Because the shutter speed's really, really low. I can go even more. I can go a lot more than that, and I can put the ISO up a lot more as well. So it'd go crazy light. But then you can't film nothing. So. That's the only trouble. I've got another Sony camera, an A7S, which is absolutely awesome at night time, and it's really bright, but you can also keep your shutter speed quite high, and it's not blurry. But I haven't got any big lenses for that, so it wouldn't be no good here because I can't zoom in with it. But it's good for astro work. When I do astro work with Simon and Glenn and that, all three of us have got one, and they're really good at night time. Let's bring that back down because they're now coming down. Right, I'm going to actually, hopefully this time I'm going to make a coffin nail before they get here. But I bet you anything you like, I'll pick my stuff up and they'll be coming over that horizon there at any second. That's even if I can find it. Keep watching because that's what's going to happen. I've done it. Made one. Now my light don't work. Ow. That was painful. Sound like fireworks going off in the background, but I don't know if that actually is. I can't see none, but that's what it sounds like. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but it's loads of which sound like fireworks in the distance. So how cold's it up there then, Jonathan? I bet it's cold up there now. It's really weird because my streaming box says it's 9 o'clock and I don't know why it's done that, because when I went to go live it tried to schedule it for, I can't remember what set time it was, and I had to start the stream early because I was trying to go live, and it said, do you really want to start this live stream earlier than what you've scheduled it for? Well, I thought, well, I haven't even scheduled it. Then I looked at the time and noticed that the time said it was like an hour and a half or 2 hours, yeah, about 2 hours in front. So I don't know why it's done that. Yeah, I don't believe a shorts and t-shirt. I know you're hard up there and that, but it can't be shorts and t-shirt. Although you say that, me and my wife, I can't remember where we were the other day, and we saw some guy in t-shirt and shorts, and I thought there's just no way in the world I'd be in t-shirts and shorts. It's been too cold for that. Yeah, it's pretty cool up here at night time looking at all the lights. It's definitely getting cold because the lens is starting to mist up and stuff, and all my other stuff is starting to mist, so it's definitely getting colder. Something else just gone out of Mildenhall. That might fly across the camera in a minute. Yeah, it's now flying across the camera. There's quite a few lights up there tonight. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but it's definitely fireworks or something going on over in the distance. Yep, welcome to the ground crew. Me and you have got to have a conversation, Jonathan, somehow. Definitely need to sort some bloody more badges and emojis and stuff out. I just, even though when I was sitting in bed I didn't fancy doing anything, to be honest with you, I just couldn't be bothered. But I found some really good AI stuff the other day. I've been making some really good AI stuff for my boy, and although it's flipping expensive now, some of this AI stuff, I think it's like £25 a month or something like that for I can't remember what it was called, but you get a whole load of different AI sort of structures and stuff, but 25 quid a month for that, it's just ridiculous. He said 35s have taken a long while to get here, but they're definitely coming. Yeah, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, guys, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you'll know when I go live. Because, like I said, my sort of, I have to look after my son, so it's quite difficult to know when I'm going to be going live. So when I can, like I tried to say when I next think I'm going to go live, when I'm live, but it's definitely going to be next week now, for sure. But I'll try to do at least one stream a week if I can, and if I can't do that, me or Dave will do some videos and put videos up as well. So, like I said, Dave does capture some rare stuff here. Gets quite a few emergency landings and things like that up here. He's right next to the runway all the time. He's listening to the radio. He's he's on the ball. He knows what's going on. So, and if he knows something's coming in that's different, he always tells me, and I'll try and get up here. So. I'm not silly far away from the base either, and nor is Dave. So we get to see a lot of stuff up here, so, which is good. And I'm not silly far away from Marham. I'm not far from Wattisham, so I can do lots of different streams and lots of different places, which is good. The only one place I've only ever done one is Conisby, but I do plan to do another Conisby, but that's a bit of a drive. So, but we will do another Conisby. It sounds like there's a lot coming down here. They're getting closer, I'm sure of it. Yeah, I can definitely hear them getting closer and closer. I reckon we're going to have all them going out with a load of 15s coming back in at the same time, or very close to each other, I should imagine. So it's definitely going to get busy in a minute. And there's definitely more F-15s started up, but whether they're just testing, but it sounded like about 5 more F-15s started up. Hopefully the front lens don't steam up because I ain't got a cloth. Don't think it's going to. It's quite well covered. Here they come. I can see them coming over the horizon just. I don't think you're seeing them just yet, but they're coming. Right, I better put my phone in my pocket because they might go straight out. I think there's a lot. It sounds so much louder at night up here. It's unreal the noise they make up here at night time. I think that's 4 or 5 already. Come over here. That's a good sign. There's 5 so far, I can see. And if they're going to sit over here, they're either waiting for the other ones to come back or waiting for more to come down. I think there's 6 now. Seven, 8. Nine. I think I counted that one. Yeah, there's some of them are sitting over the other side. Making sure I turn around just in case the other ones come in as well, because I think that's what's going to happen. I think it was 9, but it might be 8. I'm not sure if the lights up the top, where they're flashing red at the top, made it look like there was another one, but I think it's 8 or 9. Let's have a better look at them. Got really dark over there. So I'm using a Sony NX800. Like I said, I can make it really, really bright, but if anything moves, then that just kills it. But I'll just show you. What will happen is anything that's moving will be blurry as hell, but if I move it, like you see, it goes thingy, but we can brighten that right up ridiculously, but that sometimes blow it right out. but there aren't many cameras that can get that type of light from how dark it is. I'll just bring it back down because they sound like they're going to move. I can go a bit brighter than that as well, but it gets silly then. I think about there is about right for now. Yeah, Sony NX800. I've got a Lumix S5 Mark IIX as well, which is good at night time too. But I haven't got any. I've got a 150 to 600 lens on that camera, but that's only f5.6, so it's not very good at night time. But I've got a f1.4 28mm. And that thing is awesome. That's so good. It's the same thing. It's like daylight, but it's not grainy at all. But obviously, when you are stopping down that type of ISO and shutter speed, you know you can't feel anything moving at night because it just blurs it out. But this camera's good. You know, at this kind of light and this kind of thing, when they go out, it's still really good. I see you're all talking about like comedies things. I was watching Harry Enfield the other day and I was in stitches. But I also watched Roy Chubby Brown, and I honestly, that how he ever got away with what he used to get away with and still does. Some of the stuff on YouTube's like, how on earth is that still on there? Because people are like so like lefty that don't want to see any of that stuff. But the old stuff like that was classic. Even like Only Fools and Horses and stuff like that was absolutely brilliant, but you just don't like that sort of stuff now, which is a shame because that's like true comedy. Excuse me. I think it's going to get very busy in a minute. There's a lot of 35s out here, and there's going to be a lot of 15s coming back very shortly. Looks like they're about to go out because the tail lights have just come on. The green lights on the side have all just lit up on the ones over this side, so shouldn't be long before they go. The nav lights on the side, they were off a minute ago, now they're back on, so. Oh, that is exactly what I was watching, Jonathan, that pharmacist, mate. I was in stitches watching that the other night. I was watching on YouTube, it's so funny. But some of the stuff he comes out with, there's no way in hell that anybody would ever be able to like do any of that sort of stuff now. He was I think that guy in his prime was just an absolute genius of the stuff he used to come out with. Him and Paul Whitehouse, absolutely crazy, so good. Yeah, they're legends, all of them. I've been and seen Jim Davison live a few times. He is excellent, especially when he's live. He don't care what he says. And he says, you know, if you get offended, then you shouldn't be here, which is right, because that's what it's all about. It's, you know, it's comedy at the end of the day. And I know some people take offence to stuff, but, you know, it's all about having a good time. And some of the stuff he comes out with is unbelievably funny. They're all classics, aren't they? They're all awesome. I don't think there's any comics out like that nowadays. And if there is, then unfortunately, you know, they don't like it. Oh, Jeffro. Oh, I grew up with Jeffro as well. He's absolutely brilliant. My mum and dad always used to go and see his shows, and they used to always buy the VHS tapes, and I used to watch them. My mum and dad used to say, "You can't watch that, it's too rude." I said, "I don't care, it's hilarious, I'm watching it." And I was watching that on I was watching that the other day on YouTube, but some of the footage is not very clear. But yeah, well, he was funny, bless him. Rest in peace. Oh, yeah. I watched that the other night as well. I was watching loads of comedy things, and how he says his broom handle, he's had it for how many years? And he's only had 5 handles or whatever. That's excellent. There they go, guys, there they go. They're all moving at once. Light them up. We need smelly vision, that smells awesome. they were loud. Off they go. Don't worry, going to be long before the other ones come back now, you know. God, it's getting cold here, I'll tell you that. The wind's picked up a little bit and that's what's made it so cold. They shake the van so much. I pumped the tyres up on the van today because they were a bit low, but and it's definitely made an improvement actually. The van's not shaking around as much as it was, but they don't have to make the van shake though when they go off, especially the F-35s. They really do make the van shake. I should have put 2 pairs of socks on. My feet are freezing. Still not as cold as it was last year though. This time last year the tripod was getting stuck to the top of the van because it was so icy. At least it isn't icy and frozen at the minute. That was really cold last year. More starting up. Yeah, my wife bought me some thermal boots and I forgot to bloody get them. I was going to wear them, but I put my trainers on and yeah, it's definitely cold. Oh, you're not getting loads of adverts again, are you? Yeah, like I say, I can't do nothing about the adverts, I'm afraid. They're just on the streaming box, got no way of turning them off, so. Yeah, there's another 35. Do you know what? That sound... No, it can't be here. There can't be. That sounded like an F-22. Like, I don't know if you heard that on the camera then, but that like howling noise of when they move, but there's definitely none here, so it can't be that. It just must be in my imagination. But I'll tell you what, that sounded just like an F-22 just a minute ago. Well, I will cut the... I'm recording the stream as I go in 4K, so I will upload the best of what happens tonight anyway. Yeah, I'm sure you can hear it if you go back and listen. That sounded like an F-22 start up and move, but it isn't, because Dave would have told me there was F-22s here. There's not, because he would have definitely said. But that definitely sounded a bit strange when it sort of started to move. It sounded like it creaked off, and the howl that comes from an F-22, it sounded just like that. But yeah, I know there's no F-22s on, unless one landed in the night time and no one knows it's here. But that's what it sounded like. And that could happen, Jonathan. That could have been, you know, you do get them come in the middle of the night, but that's what it sounded like. But it doesn't sound like that now, though. That's definitely an F-35. Now, wouldn't that be good to see at night time? Them going up the runway. So the F-15s, I've just been told, have been at Donnanook. so they're not far away. In fact, I can see a light behind me now coming, but that always catches me out because there's always a star like quite low down behind over the top of Brandon. I always think that's a plane coming in, but at this time of night that star appears there, and I always think it's a plane, but it might be. Yeah, it is a plane. But whether it's one of the 15s coming back, I'm not sure. I'll know in a minute. It's red at the minute now, so it's definitely a plane. It's on the flight path, so it sounds like more than one F-35 as well. It sounds like a couple more at least. Yeah, I want to be up there. Dave went up there the other day no, he didn't go down. No, sorry, he went to what's the other one where they do the live fire, and he went there the other day, but nothing happened. So it was a bit of there was supposed to be a Chinook coming in, but it didn't turn up. That went over my house though. Oh, here is something coming in. Yeah, it is something coming in. Try and turn around and not fall over everything. I tripped over the Starlink a little while ago. Thought I'd killed the stream. One of the F-15s coming back. Didn't think it'd be long before they come back. I think there's some more out there. I think the camera's picking them up in the distance. Can't see them with my eyes, but I think there's more out there. I think they're all now coming back. This might be interesting with all these and more going out as well. I've set this tripod up a bit in a bit of an awkward place because I'm having to step round it to get this shot. It's a bit awkward. So if I do miss them as they're coming down, I only apologise because it's really awkward. Had a few low approaches in the last few streams, which has been good because you don't normally get them at night. I suppose it's still a little early, so he's now going to go around the other way. I thought he was going to go round, but he's going back behind the trees again. There's two more. Don't know what this guy over is dropping off, but he's dropping something off. This is when the camera does struggle because there's a guy with like a, don't know what it is, low load or something, and he's got lights on the back, so the camera's getting a bit affected by them lights at the minute. There's a few out there, guys. I can see a lot of lights over there. And again, I think. No, coming in. Thought he was going to go round again for a minute. Let's see another shooting star. It's the second one I sent tonight. Yeah, I didn't do a very good job at positioning this tripod. It's really awkward. But never mind. We're still getting them. Be much better when I get this pole on the top of the van. I can walk right round the whole thing and not have to trip over or anything. There's a load of lights over there. I don't know if the camera's going to pick them up, but I can see a whole load right over in the distance. They're a long way out yet. Now I'm going to turn white. There's F-35's not down here yet, but they've started up, so they're probably going to go out. That looks pretty cool. Coming quite close together, them two. thought there was another one, but there's not. God, it's getting cold out here. Right, where's my gloves? It's that cold now. Oof. You know it's getting cold when you can see your own breath when you're talking. God, it's getting flipping cold. I don't know what it's actually supposed to get down to. I don't think it's supposed to be freezing, but I'll tell you what, it feels close to it. I'll have to look at the chat on the streaming box now because I can't look at my phone. Trouble is you can only see a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit arctic. Yeah, it's getting a bit cold. Yeah. Oh, there's another one coming in. Like I'm even shaking the camera when I'm holding it now. It just literally just started to get really cold. There's a breeze. There's a breeze coming across from over the trees way, and it's definitely got colder. The smell of them F-35s going out was awesome though. That really smelled lovely. It comes straight across. You can see that it's picking up more lights in the distance as well. I don't know if it's coming through on. So I can see them on the camera, but whether you can see that, whether you can actually see that on YouTube or not, I don't know because I'm not looking at it now. But the streaming box isn't showing the other lights; it's only showing the plane. But they could be stars over the back there. I think them 35s are getting closer. They've been running for ages, haven't they? Yeah, they're moving. Yeah, sorry if the camera's shaking, but I'm shaking. It's flipping cold all of a sudden. I'm also looking backwards to see these coming down over the catwalk as well. Well, it's been a busy night tonight, that's good. coming over here. Smell that fuel. You have to be here to smell it though. Can't see as much on the streaming box of the chat you guys are saying. I can see the last few, so whereas on the phone you can see a lot more, but I've got my gloves on, so I'm not taking them off for a minute. Got my hat on, but I had to put my earphones on to keep my ears warm. It's flipping cold. I need some hand warmers in my coat pocket. More coming down. Save some for me, Steve. That's 4 F-35s coming down. Well, 2 over here, over there, and 2 up the other side at the minute. The other 2 are parked up over the other side. Well, at least my hands feel a bit warmer now. I've got my gloves on, but I definitely should have put the heater in the van on before I got out. But it wasn't that cold when I first got here. It wasn't too bad at all. Welcome, welcome. More coming in behind us. That's what they're waiting for. A whole load of them coming in. And something else over there in the distance, which I don't know what it is, but we've got these guys over here, and then there's something over there as well. I don't know if I can't zoom in on that. It's a long way out, that is. Definitely been a busy night tonight. We've got four more. We've got 4 F-35s and some more coming down as well. And a whole ton of them out as well. So a lot going on. Kick the tripod, it's not good. Keep zooming the wrong way because I'm not used to this new zoom control. Lights are on the 35s, that means they're going out. That's the last of the 15s back in now, I believe. More coming down here, I think. Yeah, there is. There's more coming down. Yeah, I wish it was 21 degrees here. It's more like 1 degrees. Maybe waiting for more to come down because their indication lights have come on. I think they're now going. Yep, here we go. Another 4, I think it is. Maybe 5, I'm not sure. Great white shark. Are we ready for them to light them up? If you're new here, hold your ears. Here we go. I don't know how many we've had go out tonight, but it's been a lot. The one before that one, give it full beans. The van was really shaking. I can still hear more running. Surely there's no more going out. Got to take my earphones off because I don't know what I'm listening to, but it sounds like there's more. Something just shutting down, but yeah, it's definitely cold, but it's not. I'm just getting used to it now. It is cold, but yes, I've got my gloves on, got my hat on. Only thing's cold is my toes. They seem to warm you up when they go off. I'm sure you can't feel the heat from them, but that feels like it. That's the F-15s down the other end. Oh, it's got to wait for some more to come back now. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. I can't see that on my streamer box when anybody does that. I can only see it on the phone. I've just got my phone out. That's a bit annoying that you can't see it on the streamer box. I can only see people saying thank you and that. So, yeah, thank you very much. Oh, can I actually say something on there? Let's have a look. Oh, I can as well. Got more inbound. Here they come. I can't tell at the minute because they're a long way away, but I should imagine these are going to be F-35s because I can't remember there being that many more F-15s that went out that have come back in now, so I think they are, but they're a long way away, so I can't tell the colour of the light yet. We're getting quite a few we're getting quite a few members now, so it's good for everybody. That's weird. Them what look like F-35s just hovering in the sky, a long way out. They're definitely moving, so, but they look like they're going away now. Yeah, they're going away. It's a bit strange. We've got something else over the top of the base over there. It should now come into shot in a second over the top of the lights. Got something going into in the Milden Hall now. Yeah, I think that's what I'm seeing now going in. It should be now going over the top of the picture, the C-130. I think that's what it is. Now going over the top. It's now appearing over the top of the picture, look. There's your C-130, I think. I should imagine that's what it is. And there's two lights behind me. One's just disappeared, and the other one's just sitting there. But they're a long way away, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I reckon that I thought they were 35s when they first come in, but I can see one's going off into the distance. But when that's a moonlit night like this, you can see them from absolutely miles away. It take a long while to get here. I must be seeing planes. I'm definitely seeing them over Bury St Edmunds and as far as Norwich, I would have thought. Yeah, I definitely need to make some more of those emojis, and I think I'm going to make one that goes across the whole bottom if you join them together saying light it up or something for the afterburners, but I've just got to get on and get them done. But I've got a lot of other stuff I've got to do at home at the minute, so but I'll get around to doing that. That wasn't good. I nearly pushed the camera off the top of the roof then. There's something now coming over the top of the base, really high up. Yeah, B-52s do go into Fairford. I've only been to Fairford once, so I was thinking about going down there for that. Yeah, I think that's just took off again, whatever it is over. Yeah, I was thinking about going down there one time and doing a stream down there. Maybe do something completely different to what we've done in the past, but I like going to Marham, but the trouble with Marham is there's a really good place to stream from, but you have to walk all your stuff there. Whereas I'm okay to do that because I can use. I've got a Starlink Mini, so I can just take that with me and just put it on the floor. But my camera and my tripod and that is a lot to carry. But I think because you get really close. When I done the Hornets, if you look at the Hornets video I done, me and Dave were right next to the runway, completely right next to it, closer than what you can get at Lakenheath. But I know other streamers like go up the far end, but it's so far away. You're at full zoom all the time, and I've tried it there myself and streamed there myself from that. It's not ideal because you are so far away. But maybe one time if I can get if I go with Dave and we can carry all the gear across, we can stream from next to the fence. The only thing is you can't drive right down there, which is a shame, because that'd be a great vantage point there with a van there. But then I suppose everybody else would do that if you could do that. But you can only park at the top of the field, and you have to walk, I'd say, about quarter of a mile down. Yeah, I just saw that tanker as well. Yes, now another one now coming around over the top of the trees at the bottom. Yeah, it's now just gone up. Let's see if I can get on that. If I can see it. There it is. It's not. That's not too bad. Zoomed in at about 5 miles away in the dark. Everything's shutting down. And we're just waiting for all the F-35s to come back now, but obviously them ones just went out. Don't reckon they'll be back sort of like sharpish, but I should imagine everything else will be back pretty shortly, I should have thought. Yeah, 7:30. I should imagine everything apart from those lot will be back by about 8 o'clock, I should imagine. So we should start seeing stuff come back in now. Ah, Simon, how you doing, mate? How are you getting on with that lens? Have you tried it out yet? I didn't see you until just then. Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to my mate Simon's Astro that just come in here. If any of you like astrophotography or looking at stars, things like that, then he's got a really, really good YouTube channel. Yeah, cool, Sally, thank you. Yeah, we're trying to grow Simon's channel at the minute. I do a lot of work in the background with him and try and get his channel going. It's always difficult when you first start, knowing what to sort of like put in your descriptions and titles and thumbnails and things like that. And astrophotography is a really niche YouTube subject, and yeah, it's really difficult to sort of grow your channel and stuff. But I've been there. I've had a couple of YouTube channels for astrophotography, and it's a really, really tricky subject. So, but he does some amazing pictures, absolutely awesome. Him and Glenn. I was going to pop and see you last night, Simon. I was in Stowmarket last night. I just didn't get a chance to in the end, but I was gonna. I went past yours, I just didn't have time to stop. It's been a busy night here, Simon. It's been a lot go out, a hell of a lot go out. So it's been non-stop since I got here. I think everything's now gone out that's going to go out, I should imagine. We're just waiting for them all to come back now. And I think there's quite a few out there still, so... Right, I'm going to take my chance to have a coffin now, because I reckon I know exactly what happened, like always. As soon as I start rolling it, they'll start coming back. Yeah, it's been one of the busiest night streams I've done. I mean, obviously it's a bit quiet again now, but we've had like, I think we had one stream where there was 12 F-35s and 10 F-15s all went out together one night. I think that was probably the busiest night we ever had for like sheer numbers, but tonight's been like non-stop, isn't it? So there's been quite a few go out at a time, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of F-35s out still, so yeah, no worries. Thank you for coming to the stream. I appreciate every one of you. We was up to 200 and something in the stream a little while back, so I know it always drops off a little bit once they all take off and that, but always have that with live streams. But it'd be nice to get the 6,000 watching we had before. That was pretty cool that time. They do, but I have seen, I can't remember how many years ago it was, about 3 years ago I think it was, something went out on Christmas Eve, but they don't tend to. I remember coming here probably about 5 years ago, and it was before the F-35s were here, so I'm not sure how many years ago it was, but the whole fleet of F-15s went out just before Christmas, because I'd been to Addenbrooke's Hospital and I thought I'm going to go to Lakenheath on the way back and just have a look, and they just went out one after the other, constant. I'd never seen anything like that, and never have seen anything like it since. It's just like mental, and I only had my phone on me. I was gutted. Well, we try, and I know Chris does well, and you know, he tries to go out on all weathers and do what he can as well. But you know, I do it for you guys, and I do it because I enjoy the night flying as well. I enjoy coming up here. It's my bit of respite, and I do enjoy watching them as well as what you guys do. So I love to watch the afterburners when they go out. It's tough at night when it gets, especially when it frees up and that. It's, you know, it's really hard, especially up on the top of this fan. It's slide about all over the place. But I found some stuff to put on the top of this fan that I'm gonna try and get up on here and get it. Or I might have to get one of my mates to. Simon, Simon, that's a good idea. Simon's here. Simon can do it. He can get up and put the stuff. I've got his non-slip stuff I'm going to put up on here, so it should be better when it's cold up here. It's not too bad tonight, but it can get really bad up here and really icy and slippery. I caught Simon slacking the other day. He was supposed to be at work. Was it, what day was that, Simon? Was that Tuesday when it was raining? I think it was Tuesday, wasn't it? I can't remember. I can't remember what day it was. It was Monday when it was raining really hard. I found Simon binge watching my videos, which is always good. So they're going to work. Yeah, you can have a mince pie. It's not that I don't want to do it, it's just I think I'd struggle to get the bits of wood up on the top here at the minute, so just like, even if I just had a lift up with some bits, because there's no way I'm going to get them up here on my own. That's what you all need to do. You all need to do what Simon's been doing, binge watching all the videos, all the playlists and stuff. Yeah, he sent me a message on WhatsApp, a photograph, and he had my videos playing in the background. And you definitely need to watch out for Simon's channel anyway at the minute, because me and Simon are planning to do a live stream with my gear, with his Astro stuff. So at some stage when we eventually do it, we're going to go and I'm going to live stream him doing his astrophotography out somewhere. So that'll be interesting. Cheers, buddy. You always do. Christ, that's a bright light coming from over there. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I've got some sheets of I can't think what it is, like floorboard, but they're big sheets with like a non-slip surface on them, sorry, and I reckon that'll be good for up here. I've got a few of them, so. Well, there's no one here now. Well, the last person is now going, but there's still stuff to come in, so. Yeah, the F-15s always look pretty cool when you go back and have a look. Something else has just gone out of Building Hall again. Yeah, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. I try and do as many as I can, but I have a really difficult time in predicting when I'm going to go live, so I don't think I'll do anything else this week, but probably early part of next week maybe we'll do something else. Yeah, I can see it. It's another tanker. I wonder if them last F-35s are going somewhere, because they went out a bit late. Because I think normally everything's back by 8 o'clock. Although we have had a couple of times where they've been out until 10 recently, but I don't think they have in the last week or two. I think they've all been come back by 8 o'clock, but a hell of a lot went out, so there's a possibility those last lot are gone somewhere. I'm going to make them come back because I'm going to make that rollie I never made. Yeah, I think that's what it is, Simon. Weatherproof T&G floorboards. I got them, they're in my garage, they've been in there for ages and I forgot about them, and then the wife asked me to cover up something in the garden with a bit of wood, and I went and got a bit, and I stood on it and thought, oh, that's good, I reckon I could use that for the van. So yeah, that's sitting in there. Yeah, it might be. They might have gone there because they definitely went out later than what they would normally go out. But you never know. They might just go for a short spin round and come back again. But there's still a lot out there, so we'll see. Anybody around the country seeing them or hearing them? I left my food in the van, I left my drink in the van, but I can't get down the ladder and up the ladder to go and get them. I can't be bothered. It hurt too much. Getting up on the van is hard enough, but not getting up and down, up and down, up and down all night, no way. Yeah, it's probably better for me as well, vapes, but I don't like them very much. I can't bear the taste of them, but because I have menthol filters in my roll-ups, and I don't mind them. But yeah, I don't really like any vapes. I've never had a vape I like the taste of, to be honest with you. I did give up for 7 years. I did give up smoking for 7 years, and I stupidly started again, but I shouldn't have done. But I have tried a couple of times to give up, but I don't smoke much, to be honest with you. Like tonight, I've only had, I think I've had 2 all night, so it's not too bad. But depends how stressed it is. But yeah, so not too bad. But I do need to give up completely. It's too expensive. How did Chris get on the other day streaming? I did come in for a little while, but I was busy, and when I came back after I'd finished what I was doing, he'd finished his stream. Starting to get a little bit cloudy in places. There's I think a bit of cloud rolling in from the Mildenhall end. It's clear the other way. Oh good, at least I had a good stream. Yeah, he's got to have his sandwich review. Oh, you're imaging, are you, Simon? There's a lot of cloud coming. Probably a good while before it gets to you, but there's a big bank of cloud coming, mate. It says it's 5 degrees here, but I don't believe that. It's definitely colder than 5 degrees. Well, it feels like it with a wind chill anyway. It's a little bit breezy now, and I think it's definitely what make it feel worse, but... Yeah. I need a chair up here, that's what I need. I'm going to give them till 8 o'clock and then hopefully they're back by then, because I do need to get back a bit earlier tonight, so I'm not going to wait until 10 o'clock, definitely not. It'd be too cold, but yeah, we'll give them until 8, and if they come back by 8 and keep coming in, I'll record them or stream them. But yeah, I need to be I've got a long day ahead of me tomorrow, a long drive tomorrow, so be surprised if it rains here tonight, you know. It looks, the clouds look quite heavy over there. Security coming. The Mac loop is it's a fair way. I think it takes them about 50 minutes to get to the Mac loop from here. I think 45 minutes maybe, something like that. I think that's how long they take. I'm sure they could get there a lot faster if they wanted to, but at normal flying I think it takes them about that. Good, that's what I like to hear, Simon. Well, I've got 15 minutes to get here. I better hurry up. I don't know if I can smoke these rollies. They're all getting damp now. All my papers are damp, so I found some in the van because I forgot them, and when I got in the van I found some more, but it's yeah, the dew point's coming down a bit now and everything's getting a bit wet. I think they're doing another engine test. I think I can hear it in the background. Pheasants. Yeah, I have got to leave 8 o'clock, so hopefully they're going to be back. I hope they are. I hope they're normally back by 8 o'clock or just after. So. You're going to get in trouble, Steve. I didn't listen to the radio tonight. I normally do, but I didn't have it on tonight. I normally listen to the chatter when they're going out, but because it's so busy I didn't bother. Yeah, 5 degrees my arse. It's definitely colder than that now. I'm not sure if I'm hearing them in a distance or not. Possibly. Evening, Louisiana. The pheasants are getting spooked by something. Now, unfortunately, guys, I'm gonna have to go. I can't see or hear anything. I thought I could hear them coming back, but that's not them. I'm gonna have to end the stream because I need to get back. I've got a really long drive again tomorrow, and it's never a good drive. Stuck in the on the motorway every week the last like 4 weeks going to down to Essex. So yeah, I'm gonna have to call an end to it. Unfortunately, I thought they'd be back by now, but unfortunately not. I'm still looking around, making sure they're not coming, but don't look like they are. So thanks everybody for coming in. I appreciate every one of you. It's been good to get back to streaming, and hopefully we can do some more next week. So make sure you hit that notification bell before you leave so you know when I do go live, and if you haven't tickled that like button, just give it a quick like before we go. Much appreciated. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I hope the video was good and the sound was good. And we'll see you next week. So this has been Liberty, the Military Aviation Channel. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time.